Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Frances and I'm thrilled to have you all here today because this is a video that I'm thrilled to be doing. Last month Dossier reached out to me and sent me 2 fragrances which I did a review on, and then apparently they liked the review so much that they wanted to send me more perfumes, and one in particular they are excited because they just launched it. It's their own creation, which is very, very exciting because this company, I've been following this company now for some time, do inspired fragrances from other houses, niche, designer, and so far I have not been disappointed in anything that I've received. The nice thing about this particular company is that they guarantee their product 100%. So if you're not completely happy, you can send it back for full money back. Also, they do great deals. So if you buy more, you save more. So if you buy, I think it's 5 fragrances, you can actually save 20%. And none of these fragrances go over $49, and they start at $29. So it's very exciting. I have some beautiful fragrances from this house that I wear all the time. One of the fragrances being Oriental Cherry, what it was used to be called, and I've backup of that one. I think it's called now Floral Cherry or something, if I'm not mistaken, but originally it was Oriental Cherry, and that one I have almost finished the bottle. So today I'm excited because it is their own creation fragrance. So this is very exciting, and I'm going to go ahead and get straight into the video, and I'll leave all the details down in the description box. So did send these to me for free. I'm just doing a video, my own review on them. So I tell you my honest opinion. I'm not getting paid to do this review, but I do get the perfumes for free. So that's a nice added bonus. But they expect an honest review of what I think of these fragrances. And I have been testing them out now for about 2 weeks. And the first one I'm going to introduce you to is this one. So this is a little bit different. This is an orange box. Usually they come in the same box, but a different color. I think it's just like a cardboard box in white or cream. So this one they sent me is called their Genderless collection, and this is the card they send. This is how it's presented. This is the bottle, and the notes are on the back of the card, and the notes are also on the bottle, and it is called Sunny, Vetiver, and Neroli. So this is their Genderless fragrance, and I'm going to talk about this one today because I have had my son and my husband both do a smell test on this one because I wanted other people's opinion on if they thought it was genderless or not. And I'll go in a little bit more into that once I tell you about the fragrance. So the notes are, let me just get my glasses on. The notes of this are bergamot, grapefruit, neroli in the top notes. Middle notes are orange blossom, geranium, LMA. Base notes are Haitian vetiver, patchouli, and cedarwood. Look at that bottle, magnetic. As you know, the liquid is kind of like a yellow color, like a pale yellow. So let's look at the spray. Look at that. Beautiful spray. So this is a very interesting fragrance. As I say, this is one of their genderless or unisex fragrances. And it opens with that that bergamot and grapefruit. Right away, you get that lovely citrus. So I'm going to put it on my skin as well. So it's really amazing the difference between putting it on this piece of paper because you actually smell the paper. You smell the paper. You don't smell that citrusy burst that comes out on your skin. I get a really good blast of grapefruit in here, the bergamot, the neroli. I love that you can, I've said this before about Dossier, you can smell the notes. This is incredible because, you know, sometimes I can't pick up notes, but I can pick up almost all the notes in this fragrance. The middle notes are orange blossom, geranium, and eleme. So right away, I'm going to tell you what my son smelt. He put it on. He said, there's something so familiar about this fragrance. And he smelt it and he smelt it. And then a little light bulb went off. He said, it's something in my past. And you know what it was? It was elementary school. And he could smell pencil shavings. And it reminded him of when they used to go up to the desk at the teacher's desk, and the teacher had this machine that you put the pencils into, right? I mean, in the old days, we did it by hand, but they had the machine. You'd go up, you know, and you would put your pencil in it. And he said, Mom, I can smell the pencil shavings in this. He said, it's absolutely incredible. Now, I would say that this leans slightly masculine, but that's just my opinion. My son said the same thing. My husband didn't really have an opinion on it. He said it was nice. He liked it, but my son loved it, and I think he's going to take this from me. You get the patchouli in here, and the patchouli is a note that can either make or break a fragrance for me. And in this particular one, the patchouli just kicks it up a notch. The Haitian vetiver it's just, to me, if you are a female that is not terribly fond of, say, over the top floral fragrances, and you like more woody fragrances, or if you perhaps, and it's not a bit like it, not at all, Gris Dior, if you like Gris Dior, which has that oak moss in it. Now, this doesn't have oak moss in it, but it has a mossy feel to it. And it's got that burst of freshness. This is very much a summer fragrance, in my opinion, spring, summer. What I get out of it is, and I've made some notes here, I just wrote them down myself as I was testing it out. The Haitian vetiver it smells like, it says here, this is what it says when I did some research on it. It says it smells like dry grass on a warm day with soil clinging to the root. Very specific. And I can smell that. I can smell it. It's exactly that smell. And then the eleme is a fresh, spicy, peppery citrus note with woody undertones in it. And then the neroli is citrusy, floral, green, and slightly bitter. So yeah, I was impressed, extremely, extremely impressed with this fragrance. It's niche quality smell to me, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. This smells very niche to me, or definitely a high-end designer fragrance. I say kudos to Dossier for creating this fragrance. It doesn't remind me of anything else in my collection or anything that I have tested over the years. It does not. Okay, so my final words on Sunny, Vetiver, and Neroli are that projection it's not out there. This is a very intimate fragrance. This to me stays quite close, maybe arm's length. It lasted on me, again, it's a summer fragrance, so it lasted on me about 4 hours. I think it may last longer in the summer, and especially if you heavily spray it on your clothes. But it does not, it actually reminds me of when I was a young girl and I was hugging someone. And this is why I feel that it's a little bit more masculine, because when I would hug a man when I was younger, I'd give them a big hug, and you can smell it on their skin. This reminded me of an aftershave that someone wore. So I think that's maybe why, but someone else smelling it may not get that, it evoked memory to me of someone very close and smelling their skin, a man's skin. And but it was close. It's very close to the body. And it's a very comforting fragrance. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, that's my review on, that's the first one, and that is called Sunny, Vetiver and Neroli. Now the second one that I'm going to review today also came in this box with this card. This one is called Floral Pear, Jo Malone, English Pear and Freesia. And I smelt English Pear and Freesia in the airport the last time I was flying through to catch a plane. I think I was going to Ireland, and I took a whiff of it and I said, oh, that's just beautiful. Looked at the price and just kept on walking. So, and I'd heard a lot of reviews about the Jo Malone one not being very long in longevity. Some people said they barely got an hour or two out of it. So I thought I didn't really want to pay the high price for that. So that's why I got to pick this one. And the notes in this one are pear is the first note, bergamot, watermelon, rhubarb. Middle notes are quince, rose, freesia, orange blossom, and then in the base is a woody notes, musk, and amber, and it's 18% concentration. So, do I like this one? Let me just tell you what I think of it. I'm just going to go ahead and spray it on my other hand. I don't have any fragrance on today, so this is gorgeous. The pear is a fresh cut pear as it dries down to not so much pear. So that was a little bit disappointing because the pear is so fresh and it's like cutting into a pear and just biting into a juicy pear. Now then the bergamot kicks in and it gives it that kind of punch of citrus and a little bit of a kind of a sharpness to it. I am so glad I don't get too much rhubarb in this, because rhubarb also can lean a little bit too sharp if there's too much in it. But I do get a little bit of rhubarb in it. And then it goes into the middle notes almost, I would say almost within 2 or 3 minutes. And that's when the orange blossom and the freesia come out. There's a lot of freesia in this. And I think the freesia, it's pear and freesia, right? It's floral pear. So it's actually freesia and then pear. But the pear comes out first and then the freesia. I would have liked it to be the other way around, in my humble opinion. But this is gorgeous, and I'm going to be wearing this for sure this spring and summer. But it's slightly different than the Jo Malone one. And I'll tell you why I say that, because when I was going through, I had sprayed it on myself when I was in the airport. That's my only experience with the Jo Malone. So it doesn't hold strong. So I can only tell you what I can remember. And I remember moving through the airport and I kept smelling it, and I sprayed it on my hand like this, and I kept spraying it, I kept smelling it and smelling it and smelling it. And I fell more and more in love with it. But the freesia was not as strong in the Jo Malone, and the pear was just amped up ever so slightly. So that's what I noted. So is this like comparable 100%? No, it's not 100%. It's a very, very good liking to the Jo Malone, but I would say it's maybe 90%, maybe not quite even 90%, maybe 85% the same. This lasts for a long time. It lasted on my skin for about 4.5 hours. Now this is winter here. It's March, but it's winter. It's cold, cold, cold. So I would say I probably, if I were to spray this on well moisturized skin in the spring or summer, especially the summer, this will last me a lot longer. I could see this potentially lasting at least 6 hours. But remember, it is a freshie, so freshies don't last as long as gourmands. Typically, on my skin, last me between 4 and 6 hours if I'm lucky. So, and then it dries down to a very nice, woody, musky amber. But the neroli is a very strong contender to this fragrance. So, will I wear it? Absolutely, I will wear it. I probably take it with me on my trip to England this spring. You could wear this anywhere, anytime. It's not offensive. I would say it projects quite nicely in the breeze. If you're outside, this will project out and people will smell you. And it then about 2 hours in will stay close to your skin, and then it just dries down to a very musky kind of mixes in with your body oils, and it's just lovely. So that's the second one that they sent me, and I am so and forever humbled by Dossier reaching out to me here in Canada. I also wanted to mention that these fragrances are also available in Walmart in the United States. They are not here in Canada. I did look it up to see if they were available in Walmart here in Canada. They are not as of yet, but maybe that's coming soon. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I have checked and I couldn't find it in any of the Walmarts, but it is available in Walmart in the United States. So really nice gem, and both of these fragrances are winners in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this little review, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And as I always say, don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle. Bye.